My name is Jose Ortiz, and I'm an illustrator. I paint, and sometimes I sculpt from a little place of the planet called the Tepehuane people of Durango, which is in the state of Durango, Mexico. I traveled most of the borders of Mexico and the United States until I reached the States at the age of 10 and began living with my mother in the States. I was an illustrator since very young, and I was fascinated by the use of pencil and paper. And as I grew older, I began to see a little bit more clear of what I wanted to do. When I came to the States, a teacher actually, because of my lack of English, he gave me more pencil and more paper, and actually a set of oil colors, and I began painting. So it's been a long journey, and now I'm painting walls, and that's how I came to this, to do what I do. I don't call myself a muralist, I just call myself a painter. I'm still attempting to make a significant mural at one point, but I'm still a student. Growing up, I had the desire of joining an arts organization, but I really didn't have the time. Living in a very small spaces as an early arrival in the States, I didn't have much places to paint. So in 1992, I opened for the first time a studio space for young artists. As I saw myself as a young artist, I thought that it was a good idea to open up space for people like myself that are young and that they wanted to practice, painting and drawing. And that's how we came about it. But it was back in 1992, and I think I've learned much, but then I've also learned that I have much to learn. So, during all these years, it's going to be 20 years in 2012. I joined the Alisal Center for the Fine Arts, which is a great organization and with a great idea in the east side of Salinas, and that's where I live actually, and that's where our work is in Salinas. And back then we had a vision of making a multicultural center for the arts, and I was to direct the visual arts. And even though I did go to school, my subjects were archaeology and ethnic studies, but somehow I just adapted to my natural way of doing things, which is drawing and painting. I don't think that I have accomplished everything I wanted, but maybe someday. But right now, our work lies in many other walls, not only in Salinas, it's also in Monterey. Also, we have some work in Marina and Santa Clara. We've gone all the way to Oakland and do some work there. And walls have been kind of like our teachers in some ways. I think community, I think they have much to say. They have stories to say, and I'm grateful that I have been able to collaborate in different ways, not only as a painter, but also as a friend, and also as a colleague, and as an educator. We have in our center, we have many kids like myself that were looking for a place to paint, and they found our place, and they found that they have people that are their age and even older people that are doing the same kind of work that they're interested in. And I believe it's vocational, and I think it's also, it could be taught and it could also be learned. And in our center, most everybody, it's like a student, and even myself, I learn from them. And the walls that we have been able to accomplish, I believe they have taught us. I don't know if it's to be better people or not. I just think that they have given us some perspective of life that we didn't see before. Our work usually tends to go in the direction of being able to collaborate and know ourselves and how we can contribute is who we are to everyone around us, to society. And I believe murals do that, and murals tell stories. And even though that they are not, might be in words, they're in a hieroglyphic form, and they're also aesthetically beautiful with paint and emotions and movement that maybe they can speak in some silent way and give people another perspective, or at least an idea to see themselves and how they relate to everything around us. And I strive to always be a listener when we do some work, and just to hear the walls and the hallways and the spaces where we're at, sometimes out in the streets, and just listening to what people have to say, the people that live there. Usually in the places where we try to accomplish a mural, we're there just to listen and hear what kind of images they want to show, what is their perspective of life and what's important to them. And I think that by that process, I think we can serve better. Many times when we come across a community that want to say their idea or their perspective of what they want to see on the wall, it's pretty amazing. Most people want the same things. It's not that you can talk for them. I don't think. I think they talk for themselves. People are intelligent enough to speak to themselves. But sometimes the walls, because it's a sense of more public sense, and people are there to see it, view it. Most of our murals are inside institutions of learning and institutions that are nonprofits. There are countless of them. I could tell you them right now, but they're countless. And we have up to today about close to 60 attempts I call them attempts. I do not know if I can say that they're murals yet, but they have taught us, each one, they have taught us a lesson, and the people that have contributed and that have asked us to do their work, to help them with that work, have acknowledged also the idea that it's not just one person's voice, it's a lot more. I'm a painter, I'm only a painter, I'm only one person, but when it comes to a mural project, it's a little bigger than me. It takes a team, it takes more than just one person. I've worked with students from kindergarten all the way to college, or even adults, so I think it's just a sense of being together and accomplishing something. There are many times where I have to do most of the work, and because I am probably the experience or the expert, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's just that I've been doing this for so long that sometimes it just automatically comes out. But on the sense of the context of the mural, and there's so much that I've learned. We just finished doing a project for Natividad Medical Center. I'm not a doctor, but just to be able to help them with the vision of the mural, and to contribute to them to a hospital where there's a lot of not only joy when there's births, and when somebody healed, but there's also pain. There's also a lot of things that I don't know about, and so I need to listen. And we visited the hospital many times, but never really thought that we could accomplish a mural. So knowing that we were going to contribute something to the hospital, then we go in with the idea of listening and observing, and being able to learn from the people that live there, that are there on a day-to-day basis, that they will see the mural project as they walk down the halls every day. And how can you introduce something to them that it could be aesthetically beautiful, and also that will make you think, that will inspire them. So to accomplish something like that, it took us about 2 years. We learned not only on the sense of human condition, but we also learned on the aspect of technical support and everything that's involved with the hospital, and how the engineering department was so careful at even the amount of paint that was on the wall. So, you know, we learn things, and we have so many different conversations and different points of views, but they're all very gratifying. You know, they have been gratifying. We have had some comments that have not been so favorable, but they're very minimal. I try to learn from, because they have a story to say. I believe people are very intelligent, and we do ignore certain things, but overall, by talking and communicating, I think there should be some sense of understanding. And our projects have been trying to give the idea that we are all sharing a planet, and that we're all sharing a human condition, and that we're all sharing the elements, and we're sharing each other and in what we do and what we say, and what our professionalism is, or how we can contribute to each other. Like nature, you know, nature gives and without any comments, you know. So somehow we like to see the projects as very contemporary work to speak about today, of our era, our time, technology, involve technology and in the mural, and how we should work together with nature and human, and also animals, and see if we can maybe someday accomplish the idea that we're all just, you know, together in this mass we call Earth, and we're just traveling around the sun 365 days a year, and we have a day and a night, a male and female, and how we are all similar, we're all planet people, and how we can try to bring this idea. I think that's why I say that, you know, the people that see our projects, they're very favorable, because I think we're all thinking that way somehow, but we get confused with all the other kind of points of views, and which is everyone's entitled to. The thing is that we strive for that, and I you know, the youth on our program, it's great to see them getting involved in projects this way, because they're not only painting on canvas for their own purpose, for their own, you know, for their own satisfaction, but they're also being able to collaborate with a mural project in a community that they have no relation to, and they have been able to also acquire knowledge and to meet other people, that we're not alone, that we're together, and that somehow we need to construct it. We need to construct an idea that we're all just more similar than we are different, and even though that diversity is great and it's something that we can learn from, I still think we cannot lose our main focus, that we're almost alike, and how we show that in our work or in the murals that we do or in anything that we do. You know, that takes a vision, and it takes a little bit more of a wide, you know, spectrum of life, and I think to value life no matter how small or how great, and I think if we can accomplish that through the mural projects that we do, I think we're doing fine. I'm not sure.